Hey guys, it's Myiesha and I'm a beauty director here at Sephora, and I have another hair video for you today. So these are some pics that I personally really love, some pics that you guys have actually come out in the comment section, and just some overall pics we at Sephora really love. So I've broken it down into a few different categories. So we have some hair oils to talk about, as well as some sort of texturizing products. I feel like those are very popular in Southern California for that effortless look. And then we're gonna finish up with some scalp scrubs actually. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear about this. So let's get started. So I've broken it up into a few different categories just to make it a little bit easier to digest. Our first one we're going to talk about is hair oils. I've been a big fan of hair oils for a long time, but I've been finding myself using different types and different weights of hair oils. So the Moroccanoil treatment is really great because it's very versatile. It's something you can sort of keep on your vanity and use in many different ways. You can use it for styling, maybe some frizz. I sort of use it as a deep conditioning treatment. Maybe I don't have time to do my favorite Don't Despair Repair mask by Briogeo. So I put a little bit of this in on the ends and I put it on after I'm done shampooing and conditioning. That's something that works really well too, but it's just kind of like a save it all. If you have frizz, if you want to smooth your hairstyle, maybe your hair is looking a little bit dry, if you're out in the sun or you have a drier hair texture, there's a few different ways you can use it. So the next one is also an oil, but if you have finer hair or you're not used to oil or you just want something very lightweight to touch up, this might be a really great choice for you. So this is the Living Proof No Frizz Instant DE-FRIZZER. So they have a great frizz line. They have shampoos, conditioners, all sort of styling products, but this is sort of like a dry oil. It's really great to smooth over the hair. You can use it in between shampoos. Living Proof, their whole thing is you can sort of extend your hairstyle without washing it so much. It keeps buildup and dirt and environmental particles and things like that off the hair. So really great for someone who doesn't like to wash their hair very much, like myself. I use this actually about 30 minutes ago. I washed my hair, did a wash and go, and when I use hair gel, my hair can get kind of hard and crunchy, so I put this on my hands and just kind of like ran my hands through my hair, and it sort of like broke the gel cast, so my hair wasn't crunchy anymore. But also I feel like I've been using lighter weight oils so that I don't sort of have a sort of envelope over my hair where the moisture can't penetrate, and I've been really liking it. I tend to use those oils that are very thick and very heavy, but I've been transitioning to very lightweight oils and I've really been liking it. So our next category is sort of texturizing products. If you use any sort of salt sprays or surf sprays, you're kind of familiar with this category. So these are really great for bringing out natural texture or maybe adding a little bit of texture that you don't have into your hair. So our first one is the Way Air Dry Foam. So this is really great if you already have some natural texture and you want it to come through. If your hair is maybe stick straight and you're looking for some waves to come through, that will be handled in the next product we're going to talk about. But this is really great to put in wet or dry hair. You want to let your hair air dry because when you're trying to bring out that natural texture to your hair, air drying is typically best. If you absolutely have to, maybe you can diffuse the hair, but I wouldn't use just a regular blow dryer. It would sort of like knock out the curl in a way. I like to air dry when I can, but we don't always have 2 days to let our hair air dry completely. So using a diffuser when I want something like this, just kind of bring out the natural curl, is really great. It's very lightweight. It's not one of those sort of waxy foams that maybe you remember from the 80s. Very lightweight, slightly moisturizing. This is something I would use in my hair if I wanted a super lightweight hold because my hair is the kink is pretty strong in it, and sometimes I need a heavier styling product, but this is really nice when I want to have like sort of cotton candy hair and I want my natural sort of frizziness to come through but still look very like kempt and together. So our next guy right here is Plava, and this is the Endless Summer Spray. So this is great if you do have stick straight hair and you want some sort of texture and you want a little bit of that beachy sort of not so done look. It has a really great smell too. It's hard to describe. It's very light, but it's there. So it's gonna sort of linger throughout the day, but you won't really notice it. It kind of is very Southern California to me. It just kind of is a very effortless sort of scent to it. So this guy right here, it's gonna give you a little bit of texture. So you can put it at the root. It's kind of like a watery consistency, so it's not gonna weigh anything down at all. I really like this. If you have straight hair and you find when you curl it, it has like no grip to it and it doesn't really hold a curl. I find if you wanna do some nice beach waves with heat styler, it gives a little bit more grip to the iron because sometimes fine hair kind of slips right off an iron or maybe a curling wand or something like that. But this is really nice to use whether you heat style or you air dry. So our next category and our final category is all about scalp scrubs. So I feel like people sort of neglect their scalp unless they have a serious problem with dandruff or something like that. But even if you don't really find that your scalp is itchy or you feel like you have any flakiness and things like that, scalp health is very important to the overall health and look of your hair. So first up is one of my absolute favorite brands. I love Briogeo. Shout out to Nancy. She's amazing. So this is the Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Micro Exfoliating Shampoo. I don't really have a problem with dandruff necessarily, but my scalp gets really itchy. I think because my eczema, my skin just gets really dry any time of year. So I use this maybe once a month or so. And I would recommend, since it is in a tub and it's a scrubbing shampoo and you want to get it at the scalp, to section your hair. I have little clips that I use in my shower, and I section my hair into 4 little sections, and I just take my time and scrub my scalp. You don't need a lot. I find that with Briogeo in general, even their shampoo and conditioners that I use, their matcha ones, I think I need a ton of it, but you need the tiniest little amount because it has a coconut in it, and coconut in natural products foams up quite a bit. So just the tiniest little bit and scrub your hair. If you feel like you've never really thought about your scalp, but you have maybe flat hair or your hair gets really greasy or oily, this is really great to sort of clear off all that sort of oil. Kind of like think about your face when you clear off all that oil and sort of dead skin, your face just looks better. So your hair is actually going to be bouncier and healthier, or if you're using something that adds volume, it's just going to be 10 times easier. So very similar product. I would say this guy is going to be for more intense exfoliation, but it's not harsh. So this is the Christophe Cleansing Purifying Scrub with sea salt. So the sea salt has bigger granules, so you get a little bit more of an intense scrub. I would say this is great for anybody, but if you do have those issues with maybe flaky scalp, itchy scalp, or you just want a really great clarifying treatment that doesn't strip your hair so much, this would be something really great too. Same thing, I would recommend sectioning the hair, keep some clips in the shower to make it a little bit easier for you, and just concentrate just on the scalp. Rinse it out and then condition as usual. This one's really great because you can really get in there, pay attention to the areas that you feel like your hair maybe is the greasiest on the scalp, or the areas where you feel like maybe your scalp feels the driest or kind of tingles because it's so dry, because this is going to be really great to use. Sometimes I'll even put a little bit of oil on my scalp afterwards because I feel like all that intense sort of scrubbing, kind of like when you do it on your face, you need something to sort of replenish the scalp as well. So there you go, guys. There are always going to be more things hair to talk about. So definitely leave some comments in the comment section below if you've used the product, if you want to use the product. We can do some sort of like over the internet hair consultations possibly in the comment section. And as always, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our content and kind of stay, up to date on your favorite beauty products. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.